Good morning and welcome to Willard Christian Alliance Church. My name is Dan. Today's a very special day because we are celebrating the Willard High School football team for all the hard work that they've put in this season. And I thought, what better way to honor this team than to interview maybe their biggest fan. And so this morning it's my privilege to have with me three-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl champion, Mr. Peyton Manning. Now Peyton, you grew up in New Orleans and now you play professionally in Indianapolis. How in the world did you become a fan of Willard football?
This is a football state. I mean, these people love football, and they love the people that have played here.
And so now you'd say that you consider Willard your favorite team?
Everybody needs to have a team, and you got to have a team. You got to stick with your team.
Recently, you passed for your 342nd career touchdown pass. And I hear that Willard football coach Mike Strantz was one of the first people to contact you to congratulate you on your accomplishment.
FedExed a letter to me, a very nice letter, just said, congratulations on, joining the 342 club, and just said he keeps up with me. It really made me feel good. Really nice of him to take the time to write me a letter.
And so you've kept in contact with Coach Strantz and the Willard football team via email and phone calls and letters.
The more communication you can have with these guys, the better off you're going to be.
Now, how would you evaluate Coach Strantz's performance as the head coach of the Willard football team?
But he does a good job. I mean, he's a natural for that job.
As you've watched the games and worked with the coaching staff, what have you noticed about the players?
They're working hard. They're in the right places where they're supposed to be, but they're still young players. I mean, they're still making some mistakes, which is normal.
I understand that not only have you had a good relationship with the players on the field, but that you had a good relationship with the players off the field as well. In fact, I heard that you were going to help one of the students with a video that he was making for a class project. What's that all about?
A movie called The Boyfriend. My name was Miguel. I had to do the tango, which actually came out on TV.
Peyton, I really hope that you took this seriously. These players are graded on these projects.
I try to have fun with that. I realize that we're trying to get something accomplished.
Now, the Willard football team is committed to getting better every offseason. And this offseason is going to be no exception. What ideas do you have so that this Willard football team is even better next fall?
You can become a good team in a hurry by adding a few players.
You mentioned adding players. What players are you talking about?
Joe Namath, Dallas Clark and Reggie Wayne, Roger Staubach, Fran Tarkenton, our defensive players.
Peyton, the guys that you mentioned are professional football players. How do you think that's going to work playing them against a high school football team?
Reggie Wayne, for example, would be if all your safeties were down. So he'd go in there and play cover two and stop him on this 2-minute drive. You put Reggie Wayne in there. Go tackle this kickoff returner. All right, we got to tackle him. I put Reggie Wayne in there.
Peyton, it's illegal to have professional athletes play high school sports. You're just going to have to scrap the idea.
That bothers me a little bit. That saddens me that that's not going to be possible.
I did hear that you were trying to get our own youth pastor, Bart McKelvey, involved with the Willard High School football team. Now, why did you try to do that?
You have to try to get an edge somewhere.
Now, Bart told me that he drew up some plays for you to give to Coach Strantz that he promised would work. But I heard that you were on your way to give them to Coach Strantz, and you decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw these in the trash can. Why did you do that?
And all of a sudden, I said to myself, I don't use the third person very often. I said, Peyton, what are you doing?
Honestly, you know what, that's probably a good idea. Just between me and you, Pastor Bart doesn't know anything about football.
I think it'd be better for all of us if everybody stuck to what they know best.
I agree completely. Now this week, Willard has a big game against their rival Shelby. What do you expect from that game?
There's a lot of familiarity between the two teams. It's a healthy rivalry, and they always play well. And we've always had a close game against them, and it's gone both ways. So I know it'll be a tough test.
Well, Peyton, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate your time. And congratulations to the Willard football team for another hard-working season.